Thank you all for coming here today. It was 20 long years ago that I set out to make the Future Core business plan, and it is finally complete. After 20 long years of research and market analysis, we know exactly what the future of personal music listening is going to look like, and we are ready to unveil it today. It is a prototype for what we will call the Boom Box. This is the future of personal music listening too. We know this will be successful. What? MP? I don't know what you're. I don't. Stop making things up. This is the future of music. Our 20-year business plan tells us so. And everyone will own a boombox one day. One day. Hey guys, this is JG and you are watching MEometryTV, the place to be to conquer your fears, plan your escape, and create something epic in this world. Now, what do you guys think of when you hear the phrase strategic planning? If you've been in any kind of corporate jobs, you may immediately think of detailed flowcharts and diagrams and graphs with text and numbers that require a magnifying glass and a degree in statistics to understand, and a full day locked in a small room with all the coffee and donuts you can devour. Ah, living the dream. But if you're just starting out though, at least in my experience, planning in your business is an entirely different exercise. You don't have teams of people that are doing market analysis. You don't have investors or retained earnings or media connections or a huge marketing budget or major contracts. And you know what? Here's the secret. You don't need those things. In fact, if you had those things, it would actually be really easy to lose sight of why you were building a business in the first place. So whether it's planning for a side hustle that you want to do part-time or a full-time biz you're looking to build and grow, planning is essential. But if we approach it in the traditional way, it can feel inauthentic, overly rigid, and completely overwhelming. Plus, not having a plan is one of the biggest excuses I've seen for not starting from people who have the potential to be epic rock stars. Now, in some of the startups I've been involved with, I spent so much time on the traditional 50-page business plans and obsessively detailed strategies that I completely forgot why the business was being started in the first place. It's hard to admit that, but it's the truth. And successful businesses, especially lifestyle businesses, which is what I'm really passionate about, are living, they're evolving, they're heart-centered, while still creating products and services that can change people's lives and, of course, support us financially. So what I'm challenging you all to do in order to turn pro, and I'll get back to what that means in just a minute, is to unplan your business. Yeah, you heard me right. I want you to unplan. Now, unplanning is more of a mindset shift than it is a technical one. It involves self-awareness and flexibility and patience, and a release of the pressure we put on ourselves to build the next Facebook during our lunch break. Come on, guys. You will build an actual plan, but it won't be like the plans you're probably used to seeing. Now, oftentimes when we're planning, we make a few fatal mistakes in our approach. I've done this myself, especially as a one-woman or a one-man shop. We feel compelled to make it exact because if there's any errors at all, it's surely going to be our downfall. We think it has to be centered solely on profitability or share of wallet or return on investment or analytics or any other number of metrics that if we focused on them entirely, it would never give us that sense of freedom and impact that we desire to create in the first place. So I know what you're saying right now. You're watching this, you say, okay, JG, I get it. I know what not to focus on, but what do I do instead? So back to what I mentioned a second ago about turning pro. PRO is actually an acronym I use to describe the way in which I found it most effective to unplan your business, especially in the very beginning stages. It stands for purpose and passion, relationships, and offerings. And they're in that order for a reason. See, first, until you know what your end goal is, your purpose and what you want to accomplish, and the passions, the real passions that underlie that purpose, you're going to lack the direction, the motivation, the fire inside your belly to make your dreams a reality. The bottom line is this: you have to know what you want and why it's so important to you before you even think about your products and services. Now, once you know your P, it's time to move on to the R, relationships. Now, this is where you dig deep to get clarity around who it is you want to serve. What are the biggest results and impacts you can help them to create in their lives and businesses based on your passions, your knowledge, and your experience? And then who do you need to connect with in order to start building relationships with these people? Once you know who you're serving, really know them, their perspective, their wants, their needs, their struggles, it makes authentically connecting with them and serving them much easier and truly much more fulfilling. And then last but not least, once you're clear on the P and you're clear on the R, you can then move on to the O, the offerings. These are the products and services you're actually going to create and deliver to the people you outlined in the relationship section. Now think about what you're inspired to create here. Let your imagination run wild and write it all down, and then take a step back and make sure the things that you listed directly line up to both your purpose and passions in the P section and the people you want to serve and what their needs are in the R section. This ensures that you're staying on track and delivering what they need, not just what you want to build. Now, I've seen countless people and companies approach this in the exact opposite order. Instead of turning pro, they turned ORP, which just sounds dumb. They focused on offerings first, and then maybe, just maybe, they would touch on the relationships or try to touch on the purpose or passions if they were lucky. Don't be these people. Don't ORP yourself. Now, I want this to be as easy as possible for you to play with because I think it is vital for anyone starting any kind of new venture. So what I did was I created a quick start guide to turning pro and unplanning your business that you can download right now, absolutely free, by clicking the link that's below this video. In the guide, there are specific directions on how to fill out the included dashboard, and I even put my own Turning Pro dashboard in there for Meometry with my real answers to give you an example of what it can look like. Not what it has to look like or what it should look like, just what it can look like. Now, I'm really proud of this. I hope you get as much out of it as I did when I created it and then went through the exercise myself. Please feel free to share it with anyone else you think may find it valuable, and don't hesitate to reach out to me if you want to share your dashboard. I'd love to see it. Whether you want to brag because you did such an amazing job on your first pass, or you have feedback on how to make it better, or if you need some help or want some guidance on ways to get through any blocks you may encounter, just give me a shout. I'm here to support you in any way that I can. Guys, remember, this is your life, this is your dream, it's your business, and it's always going to be a work in progress. That's a great thing. It's about what feels right and fun and good and successful and rich and rewarding, and I don't just mean money, to you. Now, I hope this video and the Turning Pro guide help you to map this out in a way that's liberating and exciting and perfectly imperfect. Now, as you guys know, the power of this community explodes when we share our gifts, our wisdom, and our insights with each other. Let us know your biggest takeaway from going through this exercise below. We're here to support you. If you love this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to share it with your friends. And don't forget to head over to Meometry.com to sign up for exclusive email updates and to get insights that I only share with my most engaged peeps. You know who you are. Now remember that your gifts are extraordinary and exceptional. Be you, do you, and love you, because you know what? There is only one of you. I will see you next time on Meometry TV.